Hey, what's up, everybody? Lobo here with Danmalore. What's up, Dan? Uh,
Hey, Lobo. Good evening, ladies
uh,
and gentlemen.
Today we're going to talk about the first three episodes of this new Star Wars series on Disney Plus, Andor. Um, and yeah, so I guess just a yeah, I enjoyed it. Did
I'm
you?
excited.
Yeah, I mean that was it was yeah. I don't know, maybe should we give our overall opinion, get that out of the way, and then go
Yeah,
through the
let's
cooler moments?
let's hear it. I mean, did you stay up to midnight? Did you watch it on midnight when it aired? Hello?
Uh,
I think you froze. I
Whoa,
think
that
you
was weird.
froze. Yeah, you were frozen
Um,
for a second.
yeah, but
I'm
is my
sorry. Did
voice?
you answer my question? Did you stay up till midnight to watch it?
I did. I did a live stream last night.
Okay, tell me about
Um,
that whole thing, dude. I'm very excited
I
for
mean,
that
I
whole
didn't.
thing.
I didn't really get the word out.
Mhm.
I just kind of did it.
But it did it save on the server afterwards?
Yes, yes. You
Okay,
can.
so I can go back and watch it.
If you go, yeah,
Play it back to your
if you
stream.
go to the Lobos Loot YouTube page, you can
Uh-huh.
see um, live videos. There's only two live videos. There's a little shorty I did with
Uh-huh.
my Jay and Silent Bob action figures, and then the
That's that's
last
very
night's
cool,
Andor.
man.
It's just under 2 hours. I
Uh-huh.
watched the episodes, start to finish. I showed a little.
No break. You just went straight through.
I went straight right through. I figured,
Mhm.
short and sweet. I didn't have you to bounce things off of last night
Mhm,
during
mhm.
it, so that
No, dude, that's a
and no one
real
else.
reaction to something
Sure,
to new Star Wars. To new Star Wars.
yeah,
Like
it was news.
I'm kind of
It
like
was
jealous. I was like, damn, I need to set up
well.
something
You
like
say
this
that. You
so
say
I
it to
can
new Star Wars.
uh,
I enjoyed it very
storyline.
much.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't very Star Wars.
Really, you didn't feel like okay for me. It felt like such Rogue One vibes. Like you can tell
Oh, well, I mean,
that
it definitely
that
had
tone
Rogue.
is
It
heading
definitely had.
towards everyone's death. Like this is like okay, this is how it's all starting. You know, not really. Like ultimately, you know what's going to happen to this guy, but like you're going to see the journey that he's going to go on. You know, to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I know that that's where it's going, but I was trying to
Uh-huh.
look at it as a from a perspective of, if you don't know, if you were a total newbie to Star Wars
Uh huh. Uh huh.
and someone just said, "Hey, here's this, sci-fi, it's supposed to be some kind of spy kind of thriller thing,
Uh huh.
to check out." Some average schmo who doesn't know anything about Star Wars
Uh huh.
wouldn't really pick up on that it's Star Wars.
I mean, there is
Like
droids. There's no
there
empire.
there are droids, but there aren't good close-ups of droids that we're familiar with, like the general public is familiar with. Like there was no shot of C3PO, or
Mhm.
a protocol droid like
Well,
that.
this is like a pretty crappy
No,
planet. I
I
think.
know that. I know that. You know
Uh-huh.
that. But I'm saying from the perspective of someone who doesn't
Got it.
really know Star Wars, they come into this series. If they're just, oh, what's this? I've
Well,
never
if they
heard of
don't
that.
know,
If
if
they
they're
don't
just
know
new to
Rogue
Star
One,
Wars,
they don't know who.
they don't know C-3PO anyway. Then if they don't
Well,
know,
no,
you know.
but I mean, the classic, Han, Luke, Leia, Chewie, the droids. Like that's a like. If you see those characters, no matter who you are, you're going to go, "Oh, that's Star Wars." But you might not have ever seen a Star Wars movie. You'll know, like, those characters are so proliferated into society.
There was a
It's
few
kind of it's
aliens.
kind of like, "Oh, I don't know who Batman is. I don't know who Spider-Man is." Like
Mhm.
that's not a normal human.
Oh
I mean,
man.
there's a kid. I forget what it was. It was, I saw it on the news the other day. There was a some somebody giving a speech in a foreign country, and there's a little kid running around him in circles wearing a Superman outfit. Certain
Uh-huh.
characters are known globally.
Uh-huh.
You can't
This is definitely not that. I agree
yeah.
with you there. This is
This is like, if this is like Star Wars for people who don't generally like Star Wars, if that makes sense.
well, I don't know necessarily would like this either.
Well,
This is
no,
just a
like
different
if you like sci-fi in general, right?
uh
And if you like, you know, like a action espionage, like a, Mission Impossible kind of, Born Identity kind of, if you like movies like that, and you stumble onto this series, you might go, oh, this is interesting. I wonder where this is going. And you wouldn't even think, oh, there's some robots, but are they droids? Because when they finally do show like the first interaction between Cassian and this stream is this video is going to be spoilery, people. The first
Yeah.
time you see Cassian
Spoiler warning.
interact with B2 Emo,
Mhm.
B2 Emo speaks English, like he speaks basic. He doesn't
Yes,
speak,
he is very unique in that way, huh? Like,
and not only does he speak basic, he doesn't sound like an uppity British person.
no, he has a stutter.
He doesn't have that C-3PO
It was
butler thing
actually,
going on.
to be honest, I had a little trouble understanding him with the stutter, but it's probably intentional.
Yeah,
I mean, he
I
wasn't saying
mean,
anything. He wasn't
I
saying
don't know
anything
if
important.
I don't know if you're familiar with the series because it's really old. Did you ever watch Buck Rogers?
Yes. Beep, beep, beep,
There's
beep,
that
beep.
that robot, yeah, Tweaky, the beady beady.
Yeah, the voice of Bugs Bunny, and
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it was Mel Blanc. But yeah, like I immediately thought of that. Is it Dr. Parnass? I don't remember what the name of because like there was the silver robot, and then there was the thing that he wore around, like the necklace he wore around his neck, and that was like the scientist's memories or whatever in there.
Yeah, that was.
It's been a while since I've watched it.
Weird. I heard some people complaining that it was a little slow, and it's definitely a slow burn.
It is.
I'm in for the long haul, so I'm okay with that. If they're trying to get new people, that might be a turn off. Yes, but I'm hoping that they're gonna buy into all the
that's one
storylines converging, like the kid. They're
right. A and B plots connect. Oh wait, that was on the She-Hulk show, not this. That's like I was talking to one of my friends I used to play Star Wars Galaxies with earlier today, and
about this show.
Yeah, about this show, and it was he's like this is kind of a slow burn, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah, it's really slow. It's like lava that's cooling. It's kind of
they're trying not to be so in your face with the Star Wars stuff. I saw aliens in the background. There were
right
some races that I've seen before and other stuff.
Right, but like
there was Fallen Order vibes with all the deconstruction.
Oh yeah, with all the debris, cutting down the old ships. Yeah,
and the crane lowering the two guys. On
the, I half expected Cal Kestis to pop out.
Kind of did too. I was like, I almost thought it was the same.
It would have been
it's
like
not the same
perfect.
Planet, right?
No, but it would have been like an
Easter egg.
Like that would have been like just have them walk by.
You would have had half the fandom complaining. It's too much. It's like, oh, fan service. Everything's fan service. So I guess they're trying to avoid that with this show.
Oh my goodness! They said this show has no fan service. Every character that you see is meant to be there because it's part of the story. It's not fan service. It's part of the story.
Like in Rogue One with the doctor and his assistant.
Yeah, that was. It was, it was
you
fun
complained about
to see them, in a sense, but it's also why?
Why are they there? And
why are they there? Because they have to get off this planet. They get away somehow. Because like not too long after they show those two guys, they do the one reactor blast on Jeddah. So those guys just barely left. How lucky is that?
Maybe they were headed towards their ride.
We're leaving for Tatooine right now. But that's Rogue One. We're talking about Andor, not Rogue One.
But they are related because that's our only comparison with this.
Yeah.
I don't want to say universe, but
yeah, but now I mean, how long was Rogue One? Was that like 2 hours?
Yeah.
because we have about a little less than 2 hours of new casting and adventures. That's
Yeah.
starting next week. It's
I
this has
see
got
why
the
they
most
did.
content.
I see why they did all 3 episodes together.
Yes, yes, I couldn't
Because they're
imagine
like
seeing one
uh,
that just the first episode of. Because I'll admit
gives you enough.
I was a little bit taken aback when it ended. I was like, wait, that's it for this episode?
Yes, a
Like
lot of people said it should have been just 2 long episodes, or
I would have
um,
been cool with just one long episode. Like
yeah, all yeah.
I don't I don't know
What's the
like
total runtime for all three? I mean, what
um
the first 3 episodes?
let me I got
42 minutes, 38 minutes, 43 minutes.
yeah.
So yeah, that would have been one really long episode.
Yeah, it's just
120 minutes. It would have been 2 hours solid.
yeah. But like I almost kind of feel like they should have treated it like that. Like
It was kind of. It did feel like a movie. I like the look of it. Um, you know, the environment was good. Like a brothel. You saw a brothel in Star Wars.
dude,
That's
not
not.
only did you see a brothel, it
You
was
heard a swear word. It
oh
was like,
yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even notice it. It's funny. Like I heard about it afterward. And I was like, what? They swore in this movie?
No, but like look at it like all right, I got a little shot to show you here.
Okay.
Okay, right here we got him walking down the little alleyway, right?
The red light district.
And this is yeah, like if like I don't know if I've been to Holland. It's the only place I've ever been to a true red light district. But like you got these two people in these bubbles. This one on the right even looks like a male. So they're even being inclusive.
I can't even tell. It looks like a robot to me with like a horn.
It looked like some weak like dude that just kind of let's see.
And I can't tell what on the
Pop
left. The
forward.
left looks like a worm.
No. Yeah. The one that's over Cassian's left shoulder is definitely a female of whatever species she is.
Oh, I see a leg.
And then but on the right, there's a person in like it to me it looks like pants and a jacket, which is I don't want to sound like I'm genderizing, but it was it looked like they're all are welcome, all are serviceable. If you get my meaning.
I mean that place looked gnarly.
But yeah, it's a
real. It wasn't the volume. You know what I mean?
that's the
It's
coolest
thing. It looks like a real scary place.
Somewhere they built all these.
This is the darkest red light district on like the darkest planet.
Right. It's kind of.
I forget what the name of that planet is. They say in the beginning. It comes up in the show, I think.
Morlana 1.
Yeah, nothing I've heard of. So there's corporates. They're really highlighting the corporates.
Yeah,
which you read up.
This is what we're headed towards if we're not careful here. The corporations are going to run, whole states at some point.
We all work for
our central government is basically going to be the empire. And
they're given free reign
as much as I'm a fan of the empire in Star Wars. I would not like if I lived in Star Wars, I would not be part of the empire.
I'd be
you know what I mean?
The 101st Legion with Darth Vader gallivanting across the galaxy, blowing stuff up.
If it was just blowing stuff up, that's cool. Blowing, and like
collateral damage.
It's the collateral damage that I have the moral problem with. Plus, if you screw up and you're on Vader's squad, you're done.
They're almost like a new character or a new alien species being introduced by introducing the corporates. Like we haven't really seen them in Star Wars. We've seen the cloners,
right?
But now you're seeing it was the banking clan. This might be the remnants. This might be the remnants of the people who worked in for the money interests in the galaxy. And as long as they pay the Empire, everything's fine.
Well, there is when the kids that's wasn't in the first episode, but like when the kids finally get up on the crashed ship
Yeah, I like that whole sequence. That
in
was
episode 2,
cool.
there is a uh it looks like a CIT logo. It looks like a Confederate, like a separatist ship
Got it.
logo. But
They were some kind of they got exposed to some kind of toxin. You see, they all
yeah,
turned
I mean
purple.
they were all wearing hazmat suits.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a
it
cool sci-fi sequence for me to see. They see the crash, then it cuts away, then they gather up in their forces and they go out looking for it. But the whole thing with like just imagine the alien bodies around a crash ship, except it's like
well, yeah, like the kids,
that's other humans.
like those kids wouldn't know. Okay,
They might as well be
these
aliens, right?
these people look yellow. Are they
Masks.
supposed
Yeah,
to be yellow? Like
exactly.
the
They have
kid,
no
like
idea.
yeah, you would have no
That
idea.
was good for that. Yeah, you made you identify with the kids in that situation. So that was good.
And
The mystery was there. That was good mystery.
it was kind of
What
strange.
was he trying to do on that ship? He was smashing all this.
He
He saw himself. He saw
Yeah,
his
I don't
reflection.
know,
He was
like,
kind of pissed about that metaphor.
well, I mean, he saw himself, but like, see, I don't know, I don't know how primitive that group of kids, like their
They look pretty
clan, like,
primitive.
I mean, I was kind of confused with that, like the whole premise behind all those kids. I hope they elaborate on that more. I mean,
Well, apparently it was like a strip mine planet that was abandoned later. So maybe they
right,
killed
no,
all those
yeah, it
kids
was
and
just
then buried the whole deal.
right, but like, where are all those kids' parents? Somebody
yeah,
had
it
to
was Lord of the Flies. It was
yeah, someone had
definitely.
to make those kids,
Mhm.
like what happened to them that wasn't explained, you know
I just imagine.
and then
This is just me guessing. Is that the elders were taken away, for slaves or whatever, and these are just kids that were hidden away and escaped, and they were just living on their own with no guidance. I
like
don't know.
the empire pulled out and took the slaves that they wanted and let the rest fend for themselves.
Yeah, kind of. Or they just died in the process.
Yeah,
They're
they
like, oh, we
got
left like all your parents are
got
down
sick
there in a
and got
mine. Who cares?
got sick and died from whatever they were breathing in the mine. They got some black lung going on.
Uh-huh. I mean, this has been going. Apparently, this is going on all across the galaxy. So it's nice to see a little slice of it in this show. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm here for. That's why I'm okay with the slow burn, because like I like all this detail and fleshing out this world. Real sets, things like that. Just makes it feel more
Yeah,
real. I hope the next episode is really got to step it up now, and I think
yeah.
they will. I think the next
They
you're going to see the
will.
intrigue in the Senate, and you're going to see he's going to
Yeah,
get on board
from
with
what I've
spying.
gathered, from what I've gathered, the few Star Wars YouTube channels that I watched, that
Uh-huh.
Mon Mothma is supposed to be in the next episode. So maybe
Nice.
we'll get some
So
Senate action. Maybe somebody I was watching.
Palpatine, Daddy Palps, you're gonna Papa
I don't know.
Palps.
I know that Masamita was confirmed for this show.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
guy
great. We
with the
should see
horns.
him.
But I
So this
think
is a prologue. This is the whole.
yeah, this was. I mean,
This is a
this
prologue
is
to
we're
the
kind
show.
of every superhero show has they have the origin story. This is kind of Cassian's or
Uh-huh.
um
And
Casa, I should call him, right?
I,
That's his native
yeah,
name, right?
Casa. Yeah.
Casa.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah,
Everybody get some slide. Like I don't like everybody. He owes everybody money. Everybody tries to help him. So I wasn't super clear on all the motivations for everybody, but I guess they just liked him.
I think I think it's his 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 kidnappers. I mean, his adopted
Mhm.
parents are the ones who had like high status, and him being their son, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
gives him a little bit of clout that he might not necessarily, you know, get if he was just an average guy, owing people money. And I mean, that one guy tries to shake him down by getting the other friend to just stand there and look tough. You know,
Yeah, he wasn't
it's
buying it.
yeah, it's
He's
like
already. I wonder if they'll because how did this end from that kid? Like, does his mom teach him how to grift and stuff, or like how to hustle? I don't know, like what
um
his upbringing was. You just find him.
he's got. I mean,
He's
they
already a criminal. It says like he broke into Imperial installation and confesses to stealing it. So he already breached one, I guess, right?
right. Well, I mean, okay, so you gotta look at what in episode 3, the way that they show how um how he becomes attached to Marva, and I don't remember the other guy that was with her's name.
Mhm.
But they uh I mean, they were there stealing parts. Like, I mean, yeah, they're scavenging,
Yeah, yeah, they were scavengers,
but
right?
you gotta figure that, you know, that ship that crashed probably was shot down.
Uh
I
huh.
don't I don't know though. Like, I don't remember, like they had like that, there was like that boom, and then all the kids
Yeah,
started looking up and they
we
show
probably will
the ship fly
never
over.
know. Uh huh.
Like, we don't know why that ship crashed. You know, there was obviously some kind of disease outbreak going
I don't think the
on the ship.
scavengers. I don't think their ship was strong enough to have brought that
But
thing down.
no, I don't think
They
the
weren't.
scav.
They weren't there ready to take
I think
parts.
the Empire shot it down
Got it.
because it wasn't supposed to be where it was. Maybe that planet, whatever they're mining on that planet
Mhm.
is secret. Maybe it could be mining for frickin' Kyber.
I wonder if we'll get
I don't
any
know what
more
that strip that
clarification on
that that mine was for.
disjointed.
But
Yeah, I mean, all that. Like, I wonder if we'll get anything
they
more.
that woman and that man, Marva and her husband.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming that was her husband. Like, they were
Or
they
her partner.
they took Casa. Like,
Yes. No, she abducted him.
they didn't go, yeah, but like they could have, like, oh, let's take him, let's leave this shit, let's get our shit,
Uh-huh.
leave the ship, and take this kid back to his tribe.
They don't know where
But they
that
didn't
kid.
do that. They didn't
No,
they
because
just
they
they just split.
remember he says when the Empire arrives, they're going to, and it wasn't the
Yeah, they're
Empire.
gonna they're gonna see
He,
they're gonna see
it
the
was
dead
the
scientist, or
Republic. It was the Republic. That's right. It's
well,
pre-Empire.
it's
Because he says when the Republic shows up and sees two other officers killed, they're gonna wipe out all of their. You know, I don't know who's really showing up, but they seemed
oh,
afraid that
right,
they
because
were all gonna, they're
that
all gonna be
was
wiped out.
that was before. Oh, that, what this also makes doesn't Cassian in Rogue One, he says, I've been doing this since I was 6 years old.
Uh huh.
That kid looks older than 6 years old.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, he's got to be between 9 and 12.
okay. So maybe his tribe were fighting against the strip miners. So maybe that's
I mean, yeah, maybe it
that's why
was
they're all screwed up, man. All their adults are dead.
right.
All their
That's
fighting
what
age
happened
people.
with. That's where all the parents of all those Lord of the Flies kids are.
Yeah,
Like
they've been
that's
captured, wiped out, disease,
right.
starvation.
He's been mad since he was 6 because that's when he lost whatever parent or something. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Trust me,
Maybe.
they have outlined. I don't think we've got the last. That's what I'm saying. I think we're gonna get more about his backstory.
Yeah.
Because we need to, like, I want to see how he became that guy robbing
I
stuff, because we haven't got there yet.
I'm kind of torn about the whole flashback stuff.
Oh, the way it's
Like,
done. I because I like the
it
flashbacks.
it's
I want
it's
backstory. It should
I
have been its
like
own story.
I like having backstory, but
Uh-huh.
I don't like.
It's a character.
It seems abrupt.
It's a character.
Like, when they were doing the flashbacks on Book of Boba Fett, we got flashback does. It
Yes.
was
No, I mean the movies
Boba
don't.
was a
Only the
you know, like they worked it into the story. The flashbacks that he was having were dreams. This in this series, it's boom flashback,
a lot of film and
boom
television have
flash
done it,
forward,
but
boom
I
flashback.
see I see your concern because a lot of uh people, I mean, the prequels and the original trilogy did not have flashbacks. Only
Right.
the sequel movies did. So some people don't like that. They're like no flashbacks. In this case, they're trying to show, not tell. You know, it's a different approach. But if your argument is the way it's edited in, that can be an argument. Like you don't like the editing style; it's too abrupt,
Yeah.
or it's too clunky. You could say that, or ham-fisted is another way of saying it.
Yeah.
I'm okay
All
with
those
it.
words work.
I like, I, I like seeing, because then now you're seeing a little bit of Clone Wars era. You know, you're going back to that time. Isn't it Clone Wars era, or is it like shortly after?
Well, I mean, it's when Cassian is a kid.
Yeah,
Is when they're when and that there is. I was trying to find a
I'm pretty
shot
sure
of the
it
ship.
happens Clone Wars or shortly before. It's got to be right. It's 5 years BBY, so it's 15 years. Yeah, it's 20 years till BB to the Battle of Yavin, right?
Here, found a good shot. Okay, so we got on that guy's arm. That looks
Yes.
like a Confederate clone. Separatist.
Separatists.
Yeah.
So it's probably the Republic shot him down, dude.
So yeah, but like the pre-Empire Republic shot him down.
Yes,
And that's
already
when they
turning
were.
bad.
Yeah. So
They're
that's
already
when they
turning
were.
bad.
That's when they were gonna come for him. But it's. Yeah, I don't know. It just.
I was his girlfriend Kayleen or whatever her name is, or not his girlfriend, but the woman
Bix?
that's helping him. Yes,
Bix, yeah.
Bix Kayleen, right? How come she's helping him? Like we don't get any of that. Like, they're
Well, I mean, he comes from a family that goes and steals parts, and she works for a place that fixes stuff.
got it. Okay.
So I think that's where that
they have a nice arrangement that way.
like they're like Cassian and his adopted family are those guys who steal your catalytic converter.
Pretty
and
much, right?
and Bix is the person that buys it off him. And
Wow.
that's probably how that whole relationship started.
I didn't see Cassian's dad. Is he still alive in the show?
No, they hung him. They say that
I missed that.
like though like when he's talking to Dr. Eric Selvig, I mean you know, oh
His
my god, why
contact.
can't I remember his name? Yeah, when he's talking to the buyer in the warehouse, he says, shouldn't you get out of here? If they catch you, they'll hang me like they hung your father, is what he says.
And then Cassian pulls out his gun.
Yeah.
How
do you know who I am? Like it's
dang, dude. They hung his father. That's dark, dude. It was.
Well, that's what
I guess.
that's
suppressed it.
That's
dark, man.
That's what you do with traitors, right? I mean,
wow.
It's
and then
it's
the Corpo stuff is kind of. Yeah, he was pissed. The Corpo stuff is interesting. I like in the beginning where the guy was like, they fell down. They had an accident.
Yeah,
he was trying to bury it, and this guy just like is really anal retentive and wants to follow it through, because you would think like corporates and Imperials, they don't care, like
no,
just let it slide, like I don't have to do any work, great.
Well, that's the thing, like
what's this guy's angle, dude? He wants
the guy that was in charge.
He wants a promotion.
Yeah, pretty much
to take this guy's job, right?
I'm
gonna solve this problem and get rid of you.
Yeah, pretty much. His
boss is gonna be pissed when he comes back, dude.
It's very Sithy. Yeah.
He wasted an entire squad of corporate
He
soldiers.
he lost a lander, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's
That
like
that ship was cool.
when that guy took, that was pretty badass. Like the way that the
It comes out of hyperspace and then immediately ejects the ships. Like very combat style.
yeah, this
Star
this
Wars.
ship with the drop shuttles on the front.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
they're corporates. They have budgets, right?
Yeah,
They
totally.
got good weapons. They're just idiots, though.
It well, I mean, yeah, they're I mean,
The money has blinded them.
it's look at these guys. These guys are knuckleheads.
The
I
guy on
mean,
the left reminds me of like the Irish
the,
sergeant in the Civil War movie.
that's probably what it was based on. So they just made him
Uh-huh.
Scottish and swear.
Uh-huh. Kind of. I mean, yeah, like really gun ho, and the
Yeah,
general's kind of like scared and unsure. Yeah,
it's just
there was
when
some nice tropes in there. Not too
when
heavy
they
handed.
when they do that thing that when they the ground crew, the people running the yard chain that drop ship though, and it causes it to get stuck and crash. Like
That
that
was good.
was like I don't know if they intended for it to crash,
I
because
mean, it definitely
they
screwed
just
it up.
tried to anchor it.
Maybe it just made sure that it's something heavy enough to like really wreck that small craft,
Right.
throw off its center of gravity.
Yeah.
So it'll either
And
be
the
disabled
whole
or
making it
crashed.
crash was a happy accident.
Yeah, crashing in that way, especially.
But it was pretty badass. I mean, it's
I mean, we got to see we had a swear word.
yeah.
Can you remind the audience what part that was?
Um,
It was
I
after.
don't really remember.
Yeah, yeah, you do. It's after they escape the. Um, isn't it after the crash? Is it when he says it? I wonder if there's a subtitle you can find for it.
I'm was that in the third episode?
Yeah, yeah. That's where everything happened. The first two episodes were
Yeah.
pretty much build up. You got to see. Did you see the bantha in his
The
bedroom?
Bantha toy. Yeah, I called that out during my stream.
Really?
I was like,
that's
oh,
great.
Bantha toy.
Yeah, yeah. That was just a nice. See, that's a nice way of doing it. I like that stuff because they exist in the same
Yeah.
universe. It's like
Right.
having a giraffe.
It's
on
like having a giraffe or a cow or a dog or some kind of just any really any stuffed animal. And it's a common, but it's a common
Mynock.
stuffed animal. It wouldn't have been, if you had a Mynock, you wouldn't have a stuffed Mynock.
I don't even know
You
what they
wouldn't
really look like.
I don't think the general population would even know what a wampa is. But a bantha's probably as common as a cow.
Yeah, I think they are.
I'm-
on several
I'm having a
planets.
hard time
the
finding
Jawas. The swear word. It's
this
okay.
where this
It's after the crash, and he goes, "Can I swear? Are you gonna beat me out, or just this is I
let's
can
see
swear,
here.
right?" He goes, "Shit, we're under attack. We're under assault, or something like that." And I completely missed it. So it must have not been that out of place.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't
there?
that guy. I just watched that. That's
Yeah, isn't it's the sergeant.
Oh, it's funny.
You got it?
I had it for a second.
Okay, but it is the part that I said it was. So that was interesting. I there was Dank Ferret, and when they first said that, oh, they swore in Star Wars, I'm like, yeah, we've heard Dank Ferret before. In Boba Fett, right? The book of Boba Fett?
Dank Ferrick, yeah, that's.
Or was that from?
I think no, that was
Mandalorian?
from Mando. I think. I think Gina said it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I like that. I like hearing new words and they're kind of weird words, so that you know that they mean something in the Star Wars universe. Because of course they would have stuff that doesn't really translate.
Dang it. Yeah, I'm having all right. Like I can't.
Oh, you're still trying to do that? Forget it. You already
Well,
found
I
it.
mean, I was, it's just funny
Well, find another part. What other part did you like of the show or didn't like?
that I didn't like.
Yeah. Anything that like
Um,
stood out, like besides the kid thing, or is it the kid thing mostly?
the ki- yeah, I mean the kid thing was like it just seemed jarring. Like when they first switched to like when they when they began the first episode, they had a little graphic that said what planet they were on, what sector they were in, and what
Mhm.
year it was. Right, it said 5 BBY. When they went to the kids, they just went
Uh-huh.
to the kids. Like
Yeah, you're expected to know that he's a child.
if they popped up, whatever the name of the planet was, and gave a date, like we start at 5 BBY. If it all of a sudden was like 15 BBY, like we could do the math and see how old the kid was. But we didn't
I
even get
don't
that. It
I
was
don't
just
think they want to
boom.
be. I think they want to be general, vague.
Right. They don't want to be that specific because they cast a kid that was too old to be Cassian at 6 years old.
Yeah, I don't know if he's 6 and he looks more like 11,
Yep,
maybe
that's what I was saying. It
the
was
oldest.
it's
That was cool how they shot the leader though. That was, and then they shot the guy with all the bunch of darts. Like that
the
was,
blow darts.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
brutal.
so I mean, those kids are using blow darts.
I
Like
know.
how primitive is their little clan? How you know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Like if they're using the, I mean, granted the tubes looked a little techy,
Yeah,
the
you
blow
got to know
dart
how to
tubes.
poison them too. You know, it's not. They obviously they learned it from
Yeah, but
somewhere. I mean, I wouldn't know how to make a blow dart. That's actually takes some culture. So they've been in the fight since he was 6 years old, right? Just take him at his
right,
word.
right.
I like all the screens,
Look,
the
look, I
corporate
found it.
screens. Oh, you did?
Look at
Wow. Screenshot. Huh?
that. Right? Good old.
Yeah.
uh, very first actual swear word.
Yeah, that's cool. I like breaking new ground on that in that regard. I just want to see like I want to see Star Wars James Bond now, like high tech weapons, infiltration, you know, that kind of stuff.
Maybe that's where we're gonna go with this.
Cloak and dagger.
Maybe that's where we're going with this.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we're getting 2 seasons of this show. Both
Oh,
seasons are
already
going to
guaranteed,
be
huh?
Yeah, both seasons are going to be 12 episodes long. We
Wow.
already got this season's in the can. They're already building. I was watching Star Wars making StarWars.net earlier
Uh-huh.
today, and they were
Okay.
talking about reportedly they're already building sets for the next season. But
Right on,
we're
dude.
probably not going to get the next season
2024.
until 2025.
What?
Yeah, I don't
Why
know though.
2025? I
That's
heard
just that's a guess.
2024.
That's a guess. 2024 is hopefully, but
No, yeah, they're gonna need content, dude.
the way that Disney keeps delaying and this show that we're watching right now was supposed to come out 3 weeks ago.
So if they start shooting, let's say 9 months from now, even if they start shooting the next
Right,
season,
that's already almost like
a year and 9 months, so 2 years
we're
from
in
now.
yeah we're in the end of September. There's only a couple more months left of
Mhm.
2022.
I'd say Christmas time, the same time, September 2024. 2 years.
You think?
Yeah,
I hope.
yeah.
I hope it's
I
not
mean,
like
that's.
their spring show in 25.
I mean, that would be the ultimate disappointment.
It would be,
Personally,
but
unless there's something way better, like a movie or some other thing, which they haven't.
there
When's that other?
is
What's that other show that's on right now? That's coming soon. The animated one,
the Tales of the Jedi.
Tales of Jedi. When's that
Is that
premiering?
what you're talking about?
Yeah.
All of those episodes are dropping on the same night. I don't remember
Uh-huh.
what day though.
Okay. Awesome.
Um,
I love double dipping on
I feel
Star
like they are
Wars.
coming out though before the end of this series
Uh-huh.
because you got to figure we got 3 episodes of this week, but we're only going to get one episode per week for the next, 10 weeks,
Yeah.
9 weeks. There's only nine. There's only
I'll-
9. There's 9 episodes left.
I have a schedule of,
Yeah.
of the release dates. I can send you a screenshot. B2 email. Yay or nay? You like him? He talks. He's weird.
Like I was saying earlier, hearing a normal human voice that wasn't even, it was like you said, it was a little stuttery, but it was like
maybe he's a real person.
It didn't sound mechanical enough to me. Like I feel like a robot that, wow, I call it a robot instead of a droid.
Yeah, they do
like
that
a
intentionally.
droid that came out that's supposed to be, Clone Wars era old. Like if you look at the Clone Wars era, in which that B2 emo droid comes from, there's protocol droids that speak basic, and like the battle droids, but they sound like, the Roger, like they sound like metal. They sound unintelligible, bad speaker. Like they put a good sound system in this robot. You know what I'm saying? Like for it to sound like clear English and even have a little stutter, like it's just like, in fact, it's got modern tech in it. Like it doesn't
in real life and in Star Wars, they make droids not sound human, so you can tell that you're talking to a droid. Like it's intentional,
right?
And it's classist. Like they don't like droids. Droids are dumb, lower class, no voice. Don't give them a voice to talk back, except for protocol droids, of course. But protocol droids are even more subservient by design,
right?
So.
But this guy,
it is a little weird. If it's just a one-off, like this is a weird like modification or something. Maybe there was a blind, master previously owned it that needed the voice. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be some backstory. Is there a Wikipedia? Let's look it up. Wikipedia for B2 email.
I'm sure that
it's probably not going to talk. It's probably not going to say why he talks.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. It definitely doesn't.
Personality and traits: inquisitive droid, wanting to help Cassian. He bantered with Andor on occasion. Is willing to do him a favor. Yeah, so he talks to him on occasion. It's more. I feel like he's B2 emo is more like a personal assistant. Although it says salvage assist unit.
Right.
Ground mech is the product line. Salvage assist unit. Yeah.
And you know what else it does?
What?
It camouflages itself as a fire hydrant.
Yeah, it does look like a fire hydrant.
Yeah, because I mean, he's so much like a fire hydrant. The Carillion dogs.
Yeah.
They can't tell the difference. I mean, look at that. That dog is just peeing on him right there. Just you can't.
Is that the first urination in Star Wars as well?
You know what?
So
Luke
Skywalker never whipped it out and peed.
I know there was in episode 1.
It was a fart.
One of the EOPs farts. Yeah, and Jar Jar's all Piusa, like.
Yes. But now you actually have an animal peeing. So now you have farting and peeing in Star Wars. There you go.
Yeah, a bunch of potty humor.
And
even the one swear word is about something you do in the bathroom.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, in the books they're called refreshers or the head. Like a ship has a head.
Yeah. That's the refresher.
But they never show it. Like I've never seen a bathroom shown in Star Wars yet, though. Still, they haven't crossed that line. That's like a line.
Isn't that what Darth Vader's sitting in Empire Strikes Back?
He does have a throne. I don't know if it's that kind of throne. It probably does. It probably opens up below him, so he doesn't have to move her at all.
Probably. I
He's
mean,
got all that, man. He had that
he's a
entire
lord,
ship custom made. Yeah, he's the Dark Lord.
and
It's
he's
whenever.
well. I mean, he doesn't really get out of that suit. And if if you go into the real Darth Vader lore, is he's got a catheter and a what do you call it, the bag,
Uh-huh.
you know
Colostomy bag. He's
a
got everything.
colostomy bag. Yeah, he doesn't
I just
he
I. Uh-huh.
he doesn't unzip.
He doesn't have to. I want to say, as I scrub through the parts of the corporates, there's screens. You know, all the monitors and stuff. I really like the way they're done. All the vector graphics.
Oh yeah,
It's like a little touch, but it melds beautifully with like the 70s design aesthetic for the screens and monitors on the
oh
Death
yeah,
Star. But it looks like clear and actually like real technology. So like their radar screens. There's like a planet and little dots or
yeah,
ships flying with little tags, and
yeah.
there's
No,
security clearances and like
it's straight out of
Rogue One had some of that stuff too.
yeah, it's straight out of the Death Star trench run from A New Hope.
Uh-huh.
It's the same kind of
Yeah, that
screens out
tactical
the
tactical
screens
graphic.
that Leia and General Dodonna and all the other rebel leaders are using.
But now they're
It's
animated and move and look like real tech.
yeah.
Like, it's just
Now they work. They're not just set decor.
'cause it looks practical and
Pretend.
it looks like it could
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah. It's not
giving you practical information.
it's not too far off from flight path displays from what I understand, like the way that like our actual air traffic control works. It's not too far off.
That's where form meets form and function.
Yeah.
The function follows the form follows the function. Like it makes sense. It's probably the best way.
Yeah, it's just so
I don't know how I felt about like some of the characters, like the girl's boyfriend who rats him out. Like I'm like when he died, I'm like, okay. I didn't lose sleep over that. He kind of
Tim.
Andor.
What kind of Star Wars name is Tim? Like, oh, it was
why
like
they
we're just gonna
blasted him right
call
in the
him.
chest.
We're just gonna call him Tim, but
We're
spell
gonna
it
need
with
another
spell it
Tim.
with two M's. That way, it makes it Star Warsy. Here we go. Here's
Tim with two M's.
here's old Timmy here.
Tim. Yeah.
When I first
I
saw
didn't
him for a
feel bad
split
at all.
second, I thought it was the dude from IT Crowd,
Hmm.
who's also in Thor as Natalie Portman's love interest. Not in Thor newest one, but in Thor
Love
2,
and
The
Thunder.
Dark World.
Oh.
Like when she and Thor are aren't an item, but it's not him. I feel bad that I forget the guy's name, but he's character actor. He's been in a bunch of stuff.
These are a lot of new actors.
But I mean, this guy's got his first 3 episodes of
I like
of it.
the guy
That
in
was-
the little monster guy that run the transportation shop.
Oh, the one
That was
that
kind of funny.
the guy in the window.
Do you know anybody
What
from
planet?
Nari?
I never heard of that planet. That's not a real
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that's how people talk,
Yeah. No, it that is one of the things I got to give this series for sure. It all seemed believable. You know what I mean? It
The
wasn't
old guy on the bus, talking to him.
Oh yeah. I was gonna. I kind of want him to show up somewhere else.
Yeah,
Like
do you think
that the guy
he's not who
that's
he says
talking
he
to
is?
Lucan
Uh-huh.
in on the ride back over to
Yeah, he
Yeah,
kind of
that
gave him
guy-
a warning too. Watch your wallet.
yeah, like I didn't like what the like. It was just kind of he was like there for comic relief or something. I don't even really know.
Yeah, it was just expositionary dialogue, giving some backstory to the. He was asking him, "Do you come here often?" And
This
basically giving the guy some.
this
lines.
guy, this freaking
Yes.
guy.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, I mean, like the whole, he starts chatting him up from across the aisle and then moves across from him.
Yeah.
Like I've had interactions like that on the metro in Portland.
Wow.
Where some rando dude just starts talking to me and then starts moving closer, and it's like, dude, stay at least three or four seats away from me, or I'm gonna have to, you know. But like, I don't even like. They should have gave this guy a character name. You know?
I don't think Bix is gonna make it.
But look at that hat.
Yeah,
That looks like a normal Earth hat.
I know he's a hobo. He's a traveling salesman.
I guess like what's in that box, man? What's in that box? No.
He's in propulsion. He said, he probably is not who he says he is.
He's in propulsion, and he's going to this place, and and like
he's buying and selling catalytic converters.
He's probably going to see Bix.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe they'll be interrogating him because he was new into the area, and there was a second person with Cassian. Because remember when the squads are closing in on Cassian's location because he left his walkie-talkie on, they thought he was by himself, so they were approaching him as a single individual. They didn't expect to have a shootout with two guys.
Exactly.
And
the whole town helped out apparently. Like,
yeah,
I also didn't understand that. I mean, it was cool, but like, did they all care about Andor? Or they all helped?
No, I think they
just rejected the corporates.
I think they all just reject the corporate because you gotta look at it from what I understand about the series. I could be totally wrong, but from what I thought was this planet that they're on is a former separatist planet. So the Empire
being treated like crap.
The Empire being the remnants of the older, the Republic. Yeah, they're gonna treat them the way, I would say, how they would treat them like second-class citizens. You're from this planet. You're the
garbage.
You're the dissenters. You're not us. You're not part of us. They're the enemy still. The war might be over, but the animosity remains.
Wow, when you reach the end of episode 3 on my browser, it goes right into Rogue One.
Of course.
So they already have the series set up. Like once it's
done, I mean, it's related. It's the only other series that has, the Andor character in it.
Diego Luna. He did a good job. I like his character, man. Like,
oh yeah,
hoping for it.
I really like this.
I want to see more of him just doing badass stuff. That's
I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed that we're only getting 2 seasons of this, because
we haven't got the first season
but from what I understood, or from what I've gathered watching, the like I said, the few Star Wars YouTube channels that I watch, originally this show, like the original plan was this starts 5 years before Rogue One, and they were going to do 5 seasons, and then they decided to smush it down to 2. So they're going to have a lot of. There's going to be a lot of but there's going to be if each season is a year of Cassian's life, it makes sense.
Yeah, I just wanted them to make a good show. If they can tell a good story in 2 seasons.
Hey, as long as there's not a Vespa gang on a desert planet, I'm cool.
People bring that up all the time. I already forgotten about that.
You're never going to forget about that. That was
didn't bother me that much.
It was
slow. It was a slow chase that bothered me.
It was that's the thing. It was a slow, it would have been better if they were on like a animal mount instead of being on if the guy was trying to escape in a car.
Were faster. It would have been.
Yeah, but if the guy was using Earth terms, the guy was the guy with the guy in Book of Boba Fett that was trying to escape in essentially a car, and people on scooters slash motorcycles were chasing him down at a super low rate of speed. It doesn't make like when you're on that individual thing, you're supposed to be jamming. Like,
and it's kind
like,
of disappointing. Is that
especially since the first time we're
do action.
Huh?
It's Robert Rodriguez. He knows how to do action. He should have supervised the shit out of that part.
He wasn't. You know, he might have been behind the show, like, you know, producer wise, but he didn't direct. Like, I think if he directed out the whole thing and had more control, like maybe that's what will happen.
There's nobody there that goes like, oh,
there might have been
there
might have been, yeah, but there might have been somebody backstage like, you need to have these thing. Like, I don't know if he chose to have that set, that set piece. The whole, yeah, there's going to be a chase. What do we need for a chase? And then someone's like, oh, if we use these things, we could sell toys of these things. You know, and that's where that idea came from.
Has nothing to do with the speed of those.
Yeah, but like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like maybe that's why they put them on scooters instead of speeder bikes. Like, these move, but they move really slow.
So you said it was like filmmaking by committee, and it screwed that whole scene.
Yes, okay. I think there's a lot of that in Disney and in general.
Well,
filmmaking by a committee.
Well, we're 3 episodes in. You know, what's your general take here as we wrap this
conversation? I'm enjoying it. I definitely
You're still gonna watch it when the next.
I'm still gonna watch it. I'm gonna do a little live stream every week while this series is going on. Yeah. So, you know, if people are watching this, please, I'm gonna be live streaming. Hop in the chat. You know, just, you know, come and hang out. If you don't want to watch it with people who are going to be super negative about the show, then, you know, come and check it out. I've you know, even though I personally in my private life, I have a reputation of, you know, being someone who's generally negative. It's only, you know, against things I really don't like.
Well, on that note, what is your favorite thing, like, or what are the thing you look forward to the most about the series? Now that we're taste here, this prologue.
What do I look? I mean, I'm just looking forward to see how this fits into the overall story. Like, I'm not expecting anything. I mean, you know, I think if we see some characters, you know, cameos from characters, that'll be great. Mm-hmm. If we don't get like, yeah, I mean, they've already showed Saw Gerrera.
Yes. Oh, you know, yeah. I forgot about that. I can't believe it. We just watched.
So I you know, there was a. I know you
is Andor
you're trying to get out of here, but is Andor going to meet Saw Gerrera? Is that what you just said?
Yes,
I think so.
Makes sense, because
what I think they were talking. I was watching StarWarsNews.net earlier today, mm-hmm. and I forget who it was, but they alluded to the fact where Cassian shouldn't meet Saw Gerrera, because if they did know each other, why did they need Jyn Erso to introduce them? Yeah, and I don't think that they needed Jyn to introduce them. They needed her to be kind of the arbiter. They needed her to be, I'm here with this guy that you know, but this is why we're here. Please don't kill this guy. Like, that's where I look at it.
They already broke off relations with him.
Right, because Mon Mothma like the crew that the rebel cell that Andor works for in Rogue One definitely knows of Saw Gerrera, has worked with Saw Gerrera in the past, and decided that he's a crazy person that takes things too far. Yeah. And if you've already told this guy, dude, stay away from us, we don't want nothing to do with you, we don't like your tactics.
And he's still doing his attacks.
And he's still doing his tactics. And then a guy from that group shows up. He's like, "Oh, are you here to kill me?" No. That's not.
And he's already paranoid and everything.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's why Cassian stays in the cell, and he just takes Jyn Erso to talk to in Rogue One. Because he's like, I don't need to talk to you. I know you. You could just go F yourself.
I want to see that, like,
but yeah,
I want to see a battle or something like that.
I want some.
And it's not. It'll be small scale, but
I want the stormtroopers that were teased in the trailer. Yeah. Like so far from the trailer and the first look and everything, we've seen everything that they've already released to the general public, except for the stormtroopers that were looking a little clone-ish. And the Mon Mothma stuff. So I'm hoping the next 3 episodes we're going to get the rest of what we've seen in the trailer, and then including Saw, hopefully, because these are supposed to be like 3 episode little story arcs, is what I've heard. So
I'm stoked.
So hopefully we'll see Mon Mothma, and maybe we'll see Forrest Whitaker in the 3rd episode of the next 3, but some battles would be great.
The Jedi,
more than a shootout between some Bespin Guard looking guys. And
if those episodes come out at the same time, then we could probably watch live on a stream, right?
What were you talking about? The Tales from the Jedi? Yeah, the Tales from the Jedi, all the episodes are dropping at the same time. They're supposed to be like 12 to 15 minutes a piece. And there's, I think, 6.
Well, let's just put it this way: if you don't watch them all at midnight that first night, save 1 or 2, and we can watch it on a live stream or something. At a more normal hour.
Well,
unless you're just going to stream them all
that night. I mean, the night that they drop, I believe, is during this Andor season. So
got it.
Andor is going to take the priority slot.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool.
But that's going to be at midnight.
Yeah,
and then those things are there.
Yeah.
So my plan is, if people come and join that live stream, and you
could keep going.
Want to watch Tales of the Jedi with me live at 12:30, Pacific time, the night that they drop. I got to double check on what day they come out, but I'll keep going. If it's just me solo, I'll probably watch them. I might record a little reaction video. I don't know if I'll do it live.
You should totally do it.
I don't know, but if you were going to be available like the next day, I definitely prefer to do the watch alongs and have someone to immediately react with and talk to. And since we're fairly new channel,
it's nice to mix.
I don't have a following yet, so, or not, at least not people that come to
like and subscribe
my live streams.
Like and subscribe to make more of these episodes happening. Also, now that the weather is getting cooler, I'd love to see another box of Lobo's Loot, man. I'm jonesing for.
Yeah, I rearranged my garage a little bit, so I have to figure out the lighting for where the table ended up.
Right, just turn all the lights on.
And now, and like a good camera rig position and all that kind of stuff, because I'm a little.
Use your phone for that, right?
Yeah, no, but like the arm I have for, pointing the phone camera at stuff is it's kind of tricky. But
well, I look forward to a new episode of Lobo's Loot. Look out for it, folks. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Yes, please like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll do a little bit better, a little in-depth look at the 4th episode of Andor once it drops. Because going over an hour and a half worth of content.
To be fair, as I was scrubbing through those 3 episodes, a lot of it is just like alleyways and
there's a lot there was a lot of exposition. There's the like I
That's
feel
why a
like
lot of
we,
people said it was slow. So like, yeah, we covered all like the
yeah.
major like the stuff that I Star Warsy stuff that I'm
Well,
interested in.
I mean, what do you think that box that Cassian was trying to sell? What was that?
It's a
Like a
it's
like a cloaking device, but like
well,
a
it's more of like a transponder that is like an unused one.
right.
Like imagine like a burner phone for a starship. You can use
Okay,
it to
that's
you
a good
could
analogy. That's a good analogy.
infiltrate. It hasn't been used. He said it's sealed. That's what he kept telling him. It was like this is sealed, and so you
Right.
could let's say infiltrate a base or something with it, like land your shuttle. You know they'll still come and investigate you. Like what are you doing here? But by that time you're already in the base.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Maybe there'll be more detail on that, its actual function and features.
I mean, because that was
Mm.
the only item in the whole show that had something that was
Imperial.
Imperial. It was the only thing that had an
Yeah.
Imperial insignia on it
And
through the
for some
whole.
reason, I thought he got it from a ship when he was a kid, but no, he got it recently, or
Yeah.
not recently, but he infiltrated some
Maybe
star
maybe
base.
they'll have a maybe they'll have.
A
I know you
flashback to
keep
that.
trying to end the
They
end
no
this.
they show they show him in an Imperial uniform in one of the trailers. So
Yeah,
I think they're
but
gonna show him stealing it.
are they going to show him stealing it, or are they going to show him stealing something else?
I think they're gonna show him stealing it. I think it's a flashback. Now that I think about it, but it doesn't mean that he can't put on a uniform again.
Yeah,
You know, for the thing. Well, thanks for having me.
yeah.
Again,
Thanks for making the time.
yeah.
Um, and
Sure.
I'm going to. Oh wow, it's 12 after midnight. It's time.
Yeah.
I'm late for the She-Hulk show.
Oh yeah, it already.
Which I definitely want to like. I don't know if you're watching that, but I'm
I haven't started now.
at the end of its run. I'm gonna do a little video about what I thought of the series in general. So, but
Cool. How
yeah,
much longer is it going?
I think there's like today's episode 5, and Daredevil's supposed to be on it. So I gotta.
Got it.
I
Are you
definitely
liking
gotta.
it so far?
Oh, I'm definitely liking it. I know there's
Okay.
a lot of haters out there that are
Mm-hmm.
complaining about it, but those people are just giant man babies.
I'll probably binge it at some point. You liking it makes me more inclined to watch it. So
I have to be honest with you. I
Mhm.
have not watched any Disney made Marvel stuff that I haven't liked.
yeah,
All the Marvel stuff that I complain about
this Marvel stuff.
is the Sony Marvel stuff.
Okay, like
Is
Daredevil?
the subpar stuff. The pre Disney Marvel stuff is iffy. Like the Ben Affleck Daredevil,
X-Men,
not cool.
the
Charlie
original
Cox a
X-Men.
Daredevil, badass.
What about First Class? You like the First Class?
I like that. I like
Yeah,
the Fox. I like the Fox X-Men movies,
Yeah,
including Daredevil. I mean,
what's
not
the one that
Daredevil,
takes place in the
Deadpool.
60s? That was pretty good too.
The one that takes place in the 60s.
Yeah, like the X-Men First Class, right?
Oh yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
stuff.
No, yeah.
Anyways, that's a different topic.
That's a whole
for
nother
different-
conversation. Totally.
All
Well,
right,
we'll,
Eric.
we'll do a Marvel stream one day.
All right.
Again, yeah.
Show
So
me the door.
thanks for coming and doing this.
Anytime,
Tim.
yeah. Let's do it again.
And
For episode 4. See you next time, folks.
yeah, thanks. Like, subscribe, tell your friends.